So in this episode, I'm going to show you how we lost $17,000 in 1 hour, and honestly, we didn't even get in trouble for it. My name is Alex Farrington. I'm with Valet Stories, and we were hired this particular time to collect money. We weren't doing valet parking, we were actually collecting money, so we were parking lot attendants. We do a lot of different parts of our company. So we have valet parking, we have parking lot attendants, we have coat check attendants, and shuttle drivers. So at any time, a lot of our stories will be across those 4 different categories in which we provide services for. So this one we were hired as valet attendants, as parking attendants, and what they wanted us to do was collect money for a 5K that was going on here in Atlanta. The charge was about $20 per vehicle, and we were parking up to 5,000 vehicles. So we had to do it quickly, and we had to do it efficiently, and we had to do it honestly, which without a doubt, I put my best team on there. It's not worth our reputation over a matter of a couple of $100. So what we do, we put the best team out there, and I'm out there too, because on a lot of our bigger events, I like to run it and be responsible and be the manager, acting manager, to make sure everything goes smoothly. So on this day, we were hired to park 5,000 cars or direct 5,000 cars into the parking space along with collecting the money. Now, with the collecting of the money, they would come by every 30 minutes and sweep whatever money we had on them. And it got so bad, we had fanny packs in the beginning, but we had to transition over into backpacks. You never look more like a drug dealer until you reach into a backpack and just pull out handfuls of 20s after 20s after 20s. So, but they were responsible, whoever hired us, they were responsible for coming in and collecting the money every 20, 30 minutes or whenever our bags got full. So we would call them and say, hey, come and collect the money. We didn't want to be responsible for that anyway. But it was a nice party. The party started at our event. It started about 3 p.m. So essentially we had 4 hours to park 5,000 cars, which is about 1,200 cars per hour spread over 3 lots, which is about 400 something cars per hour. That's perfectly fine. Smooth pattern. So for 3 o'clock, it was fine. 4 o'clock, it was fine. 5 o'clock, it was fine. But we'd only parked at this point 1,000 cars out of 5,000 cars. We're like, uh-oh. So within the next hour, we had 4,000 people coming in. And honestly, the parking lots didn't support it. But we did good. We rocked it. I think we did about another 3,000 cars within that next hour. And we were just moving. I think they had to do 3 or 4 money sweeps and just pick up this money off of us. So within that hour, they made $60,000 in money that we had collected. But at this point, it's now 7 o'clock and the race starts at 8 p.m. and there's still 1,000 cars to be parked. And the property owner was starting to get upset because the line was stretching onto the streets and down the block in both directions. We had about 20 employees there, and of those 20 employees, I think we had 2 people directing traffic per lot. So 6 people directing traffic. We had people that were telling people, hey, it's $20 cash. Make sure you have your money ready for the next person. So as soon as they got there, they got their ticket, got the money, and they could move on. So it was very efficient, and we were dealing with customers probably every 5 seconds. So we did a great job, but nonetheless, we still had a long line, plus the race was about to start soon. So the property owner came in and said, you know what, don't charge anymore, just direct them into parking spaces as quickly as possible. At this point, we still have about 800 to 850 people coming in, so they're like, forget it, just do it. So at this point, we're not collecting any money anymore. We're just telling people, you know what, it's free parking, just park over here. But what happened during this transition, some of the people who had just paid just were like, what? What do you mean there's no parking? There's no fee for parking. And they got upset and they started arguing with us. They wanted their money back. So in the process, we're trying to park these cars as quickly as possible. These people are coming in and they're demanding their money back. So we ended up giving back a couple of $100 for people who wanted the free parking. And we weren't going to argue with people. It wasn't our responsibility. But nonetheless, we got these cars parked, and I think at the end, we get a call from the venue owner that said, hey, why aren't you collecting money? We said the property owner told us to stop. They needed to get these cars in quickly. But he's like, that wasn't your determination to make. I said it wasn't. It was, let's just say, John's responsibility. Nonetheless, they got upset, but it calculated out to over $17,000 of lost revenue that we didn't get because they were just trying to get these cars in there as quickly as possible. The issue was if the traffic backed up too much onto the main street, not the venue, but the actually property owner would have gotten fined from the city. So he said rather than taking a fine, he would just discount the money off of the venue for them renting the location and call it a day. So we lost $12,000 in 1 hour, but nonetheless, we got a little bit of trouble, but overall, it wasn't our fault. So if you thought that story was interesting or even funny, just like, comment, tell me what you thought about it, and we'll discuss it in the next video.